r/Askreddit by Reddit and chill. What's something small you can start doing today to better yourself? Oral hygiene. Go to be more consistent when it comes to flossing. Someone on Reddit a couple months ago said something that changed my relationship with my mouth. Treat your teeth like a $30K investment. That's what they'll cost if you don't. Start doing the rule of 5 if it takes less than 5 minutes to do a task when you see something and you're not already mid-task. Just get it done. You'll get your chore list cracked out a lot faster if you just clean the counters as you go around the house doing other stuff. Edit. Thanks for the silver. Kind stranger. Glad to be of help. D. I like the 10 minutes cleaning coupled with rule of 1 better. Every day. Set a timer for 10 minutes. During those 10 minutes, clean. When the timer rings you stop what you are doing. Also during the day. If you see something that takes less than 1 minute to do it. If it takes more, put it on your next 10 minutes cleaning schedule. Be actively kind to yourself. What did you do today that was great? Cherish it. On the other hand, when you're good at being kind to you, take the next step. What did you do today that you want to do differently tomorrow next time? Start thinking in long term, say 5 years. Medium term, say a month to 6 months, and short term strategies, say 1 day to a week. You can break the long term plan down into medium term plans, and the medium term plans into short term plans. What do you need to be doing today to get you to where you want to be next week? Next month? Next year? Once you've got that in mind, and you get into the habit of taking manageable bites out of your life goals, it becomes a lot easier to achieve what you want. The advice I always give relates to writing a novel. A novel is 90,000 words. Give or take. If you write 250 words a day, every day, you'll have the first draft of that book you've had rattling around inside your head on paper by the end of 2020. If that seems daunting, well, this comment is 210 words long. It took me less than 5 minutes to type up. And I'm only, what, 40 words away from being on target? How many Reddit comments do you write in a day? How many Facebook updates? How many tweets? A little amount of sustained effort is, usually, the best way to get where you want to be. That's a really amazing breakdown. Thank you. I know it's meant to be a metaphor for doing anything in your life. But I actually do want to write a novel. Haha. So this is awesome. Go for a walk. Even just a short one. I was diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome a few years ago and I could barely get out of bed, but I forced myself to walk first to my mailbox, then the end of my street and beyond. It may not seem like much, but I promise it can make a huge difference. Edit. This has inspired lots of conversation, which is amazing. Just wanted to add that while walking was a turning point for me in my recovery, but not the only thing, and I'm very lucky that it helped. It won't be appropriate for everyone. This original comment wasn't specifically directed at the CFS community though, and more as a general tip to everyone. There are so many benefits to walking that I have experienced. Not just physically, but I've noticed a change in my mood and emotional well-being too, so for all those that are able, I highly recommend you give it a go. Do something a little bit. Work out a little bit. So you can be just a bit stronger. Eat a little more healthy. So you can be a bit healthier. Always improve on something at least a little bit every day. And in the long run, you'll be doing great. No more 0 days. Guy on Reddit made an awesome post about this. Start writing your goals every day and start checking them off whenever you complete them. All my to-do lists start with make to-do list, so I can cross that off immediately and feel good about myself. Donating, throwing out, selling old stuff you no longer use. Also, cleaning out your fridge. Just cleaned out my fridge. Turns out I had 5 jars of pickles and no real food. Also, lots and lots of sauce. I cleaned my room for the first time in 6 months yesterday, and honestly a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders and I feel so much happier. 10/10 would recommend. I start every day by making our bed. It sounds like a dumb little thing that your mom would tell you to do just because. But it's a little routine that just resets one thing and makes it easier to fall into bed if you don't have to sort out covers at night. Cleaning your surroundings. Every time I've gotten out of my deepest state of depression, it's started with doing the dishes or laundry. Be aware of the narratives we make up in our heads that only cause distress or anger. An example of what I mean. My friend hasn't texted me for 3 days. She must be growing tired of our friendship. More likely is that your friend is simply busy. I've been waiting on someone to respond to a text for the last 4 hours. And you can't imagine how much better you just made me feel. Thank you. Edit. Some of y'all are legitimately hilarious. Thank you for the laughs. To answer some questions. Yes, I remember a time before cell phones. No, I don't think I'm being ghosted. This is a person who I have a routine with. He is across an ocean and 8 hours ahead. So we chat every morning when I wake up before he goes to bed. It is very much not like him to not respond. Allocate time more directly to maintenance of my body and home. I lost 100 pounds this year. All due to diet. I could be a lot healthier if I added 30 minutes of exercise. Then there's my house. After I lost my wife, I had a lot of trouble motivating myself to clean, and now certain rooms are really needing it. If I could allocate even just an hour a day to it, I would eventually be able to get back to regular maintenance rather than feeling helpless every time I open the door to one of those rooms. Lastly, reading. I desperately want to get back into it, and I've succeeded a couple times and loved it. But college broke my spirit of habitual reading, and I'm not sure how to get it back. An hour is a lot. Start with 15 minutes. Not more. Even if you think you're in the flow to do more. Just 15 minutes every day. That way you learn that using just a few minutes has a lot of impact. Set a date in your calendar for those 15 minutes. For example, right after you come home so you don't have to get up to do that. Edit. I'd like to elaborate on why you shouldn't do more than those 15 minutes. If you find yourself doing 2 hours, then the next time you face the problem you will think it is going to take 2 hours and don't start it. Do your dishes before you go to bed. Waking up with a clean kitchen is a great feeling. If you are sitting on a couch, desk chair, or lying down, and you get up to go to the bathroom or kitchen, take something with you. The 2 empty water bottles near your bedside, or the dirty dish on your coffee table. Knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. Edit. Holy moly. My first silver. After 6 years of being a redditor. If you're going north, take something that belongs north with you. Drink more water. Less soda. It's amazing how much accessibility has to do with this. Simply not having junk food around the house can do wonders, because it's so much less convenient to munch on chips or have a glass of soda if it isn't around. Eating right. Exercising more. And drinking a lot more water. I've been working out consistently, 5-6 days a week, for 3 months because of something my roommate told me. Work out for at least 30 minutes a week, then eventually you'll build a habit and start going for longer. People often stop eating right or working out because they want quick results, but it takes a lot of time, patience, and smart choices. Treat yourself with the same respect that you show to other people. I've been struggling with my mental health again for the past few months. I am unhappy in my job due to being passed over for promotions. Last week my boyfriend of 4 years told me that he wanted to end the relationship and he's already started seeing other people. My counselor reminded me how important it is to respect and care for myself despite all of this, and to think about how I'd feel if talked to someone that I cared about in the same way that I talk to myself. It's not much, but it's helping to change my outlook by reminding myself that I deserve respect too. Best of luck, girl, you can do this. Stretch. Making the habit to show gratitude for the small things in life. That alone is one of the best things you can do for yourself. Edit. Row. 5k upvotes and counting. Super grateful for all of the conversation on the subject. Cause just good, I don't think I spelled it right, made a video about it. Set a goal for the day. Even just a small one. And celebrate a little when you achieve it. A little bit better every day. I aim to do at least one thing every day that will have a positive impact on future me. regardless of how small that thing is. This also forms part of my simple end of day reflection. What did I do well today? Well done for achieving this. What didn't I do well on today? How I can learn from this to improve in the future. Drink more water. So many health benefits arise from better hydration. Everything in your body uses water. And the more water you take in per day, the more efficiently your bodily functions will run. Trust me. I got a soda stream and started drinking like a gallon more water a day, and it made my skin look so much better. If you're depressed, try to make every day a no-zero day. In other words, no matter how small an activity, you do something productive every day. It can be as small as taking the trash out or washing a dish. For me, I've found just doing something like that starts to snowball, even if it's just 10 minutes of activity, and then I have a clean sink and dishes drying and no bags of trash sitting there smelling up the place, and then it can inspire heavier tasks or not. But at least you did something. Non-zero days. For the unfamiliar. Read books, and if you're bored to read books or lack the time, then educational YouTube videos. There are thousands of really good channels out there that truly help you understand yourself and the world better. My favorite suggestions: TED-Ed, Academy of Ideas, School of Life, Real Life Law, Science Insider, Animalogic, Kurzgesagt, in a nutshell. Quit the I wish I was dead jokes. Doesn't do a whole lot at first, but is so good in the long run. Your brain believes the stuff you tell it, and if you only tell it that it's a failure, then that'll reflect on your mental health. Some good alternatives: I want to go to bed, I want to commit a crime, I wish I was in random place right now. Even if you don't believe it and are aware that you're just replacing the other joke, it'll become more natural with time, and you'll probably start feeling better. I have another one. This I have been doing for a long time. I have depression, and even the smallest tasks could seem unbearable. I will set my timer for 11 minutes, my lucky number, and clean, organize, just be productive somehow for that amount of time. I tell myself I can stop after that. You would be amazed how much you can get done in 11 minutes. Plus I also end up doing another 11 more often than not. It really helps get me out of my mindset of you're such a loser and you have a million things to do but never do them. Hope this helps someone. Realizing you don't have to be perfect is a good first step. People get shit wrong. We're fallible. Also, I cannot stress enough how good books are for your brain. Expands your vocabulary. Encourages imagination and creative thinking, and even if you have problems with reading words. For example, if you're dyslexic, audiobooks are a thing, and for the most part they're just as good and effective. Get a haircut. Simple but effective. Bald guy hair. Instructions unclear. Spend the day trying to understand rather than react. Stop drinking soda every day. Do 10 minutes exercises in the morning and a cold shower after it. Take back your cold frozen words. I will not have that voodoo around me. Meditate. I'm gonna do this right now and start bettering myself. I've tried but can't get into it. I hate all that breathing. Except, you know, to live. Add reading a book to your daily routine. On the train to work. Or in bed before sleepy times. Helps you to relax. Increases your vocab. And gives you something to talk to others about. Small acts of kindness. Lots of data to show that a few small acts can make a huge difference to your own well-being. And hopefully to those people around you. And it really doesn't have to be anything big. Holding a door open. Noticing and complimenting other people's efforts. Letting someone moan to you. Inquiring about someone's weekend even when it bores you to hear their answer all counts. There's also the obvious bringing in cakes and biscuits to work. Giving small gifts. etc. I'm still pretty terrible at it. But I notice a little kick of happiness I get when I remember to take an extra second to help someone else's day out. Wear sunscreen. Best thing for your skin in the long run. Taking cold showers. Hear me out for a second. I originally did this just as a stupid bet. But I never in a million years thought it would change me so much. Not only does your physical health change, but I felt so much more awake mentally. And just had a better general overall mood and a state of mind. Definitely would recommend to everyone. Edit. Reworded a sentence. It sucks initially. Boo, it definitely improves the mood. Step in 6/10. Step out 8/10. Ducking like and subscribe.